And, talking to most, I think a lot of them, I think they had great off days yesterday. And it sure sounds like a lot of them used it for some extra rest and recovery. And it seems like everybody's pretty charged up going into today. So, obviously, whatever it was, 24 games in 25 days. And it was a well-needed, well-deserved off day. And, I think our group's going to be a little bit rejuvenated and get back to work tonight.
Jayce, that was such an incredible run that you guys just finished, both with the number of games and the intensity of them. I mean, almost unprecedented in some ways, but not only do you come out of it, but you come out of it on an upsurge. How do you keep that momentum going? Obviously, there's the risk of having a fall off after that kind of intensity, or it can be a launching pad to go in the direction that you want. Is there anything you and the coaching staff can do, or talking to the veteran leaders in your clubhouse, to keep the momentum going the way you want to?
I think the main thing is we knew this was going to be a hard stretch. I think we identified that, pretty early. I think the main thing now is just staying consistent with what we do, staying consistent with the work that the guys are doing before the game. They've done an outstanding job through this first kind of go around. They've done an unbelievable job of taking care of themselves. And what I mean is, they're getting their rest, they're hydrating, but they've been working incredibly hard, whether that's in the training room or whether that's in the weight room. They're sprinting, they're getting their exercise, they're getting their weights in. And then they've done a great job of being disciplined of, they're getting their ground balls, their line drive work, offensive work. And so I think the main thing is they're going to start to get into their rhythm of their routines. And, the main thing is, I've said it, before, I think our best ball's ahead. And this group is concentrated on how do we get better? How do we keep, going forward? And so coming off this is an opportunity to continue to play better baseball as we get going into the summer.
Your thoughts on Fernando Tatís Jr. winning the Player of the Week award, and are we starting to see him find his rhythm, or is there still a lot more to be found? Is it just the tip of the iceberg for him?
No, it's obviously a phenomenal week, and I don't think there's anybody out there that can cap him with a ceiling. So, as phenomenal as that week was, would it surprise me if he can do, things even better? No, he has no ceiling. I just enjoy the fact that it looks like the game's starting to slow down for him a little bit. And when he's slow and in control, there's nothing he can't do on the field.
As far as his ability to get to the best pitching in baseball, I mean, we see a lot of guys hit home runs and put up numbers and everything against mistakes and average pitching, but what he does against the best of the best in baseball, how impressive is that under any circumstances, let alone a kid his age?
I think that's what makes him the freak, honestly, is, when you're able to get, extra base hits off, the haters, the Kershaws, the Buellers, the Buellers, the Bauer, certainly the Mays, that's what, probably separates him from, a lot of guys.
Can you give us an update on injuries at this point? What's going on with the Nelson Lamet, Nola, Pham, Myers, in whatever order you want to?
Yeah, so Myers is good. He's good to go. That was just more of a scheduled off day, for him. So he's fine. As far as Lamet's concerned, he is going to throw. As of now, it's planned. He's going to throw a live BP tomorrow before the game during our early work. And Pham has made, according to the trainers, right now, he's made significant improvement. He's feeling pretty good. So he's going to do some exercises today. He's probably going to hit in the cage. I would say he's got some exercises and things to do. So right now, I would say he's available to come in, off the bench. Depending on how those exercises go, that'll kind of determine, is he going to go out, take BP? Is he going to shag? But if we kind of stay the same, he's going to hit in the cage and could be available to come in and pinch hit tonight.
Yeah, that sounds encouraging for him. As far as Austin Nola goes, has he been playing? There was some talk that we might see him pretty soon. Where's he at with things right now?
So he's playing at the offsite tonight. He's going to catch and get a lot of at-bats. their game, is going to probably end around the same time as ours. So we'll kind of circle the wagons and kind of see, how we're feeling, how he's doing after the game tonight.
Is it a situation where if everything goes well in the game tonight, we might see him tomorrow or maybe the Giants series? I know you don't want to put definites on anything, but are we getting close to that point decision-wise?
I think we're getting close. I think, mentally, I think we're shooting for the Giants. At the same time, we're not going to rule anything out.
Okay. Thank you, Jayce.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Acey.
Hey, Jayce, your guys' base running, especially in the Dodgers series, was phenomenal. I just wonder what pleases you the most about
A lot. We talk about being an athletic group. We talk about being a group that's active and in shape, and the way we play the game and the way we hustle. I think a lot of things go into that. Certainly the guys' focus levels, and they've done a great job, especially after the first series or two, of identifying the spots to run. I think it's more than the stolen bases. It's, the way we get down the line, we're trying to beat out the back end of double plays, the way we go first to third. I think from a staff standpoint, I think I've said this before, we feel like we've got a weapon over there in Bobby Dickerson. But the way Wayne Kirby has these guys up and ready to go, they're doing a great job. Skip does a lot of pregame work and identifies, some guys we believe we can run on and some focus points, and seeing the guys trust that process. And, they play pretty fearless out on the base paths, which is one thing that I like, but I also think it's a part of our DNA. That's when we're playing our best ball.
I know it's pretty interchangeable for you, but you clearly like Fernando at the top, and you've been doing that recently. What is the difference that you are putting Fernando at the top more frequently?
I don't know. I just know that he's played exceptionally well there, and we're going to keep it rolling. I don't have an explanation for it. Look, can he hit 1, 2, 3, 4 in the line? Yeah. But right now this one's working, so we're going to ride it.
Hey, Tim Hill, your workhorse, the guy you put in virtually every single situation you could except closing. Just talk about what he's done.
I don't know if I can do it with using the proper language on here. I mean, he's been phenomenal. It feels like the bigger the moment, the more intense moment, the game's on the line, whatever it is, it brings out the best of him. I mean, and then using him in all spots, lefties, righties, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. He's been a real weapon in the 10th inning with runners at second. And like I said, we feel really good when it gets critical time, and he's got the ball in his hand, making a pitch. He's got that, whatever it is, the knack for, getting the big out here or there when we need it. And so we've got a lot of confidence in him, and I think he's just going to continue to get better and better.
Troy Hirsch.
Hi, Jayce. I wonder what your thoughts are on the accusations of Fernando peeking at the catcher.
What are my thoughts on it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of internet detectives that love to look at stuff in slow-mo, and it's like, did you look at the last 20 at-bats? Like, did you play at live speed? Did he see a sign? Like, honestly, I think it's ridiculous.
For fans who don't understand this unwritten rule, at what point in baseball do players learn that that's part of the game where you don't look at the catcher? That's a courtesy.
I don't know. I've never heard where you can look back and look at the signs. So, I guess the minor league level, and never really, had players peek in there, which is a weird act. It's weird to accuse somebody of that. And, especially it's, I think like people in general, it's fun to hit slow motion and say this happened. And that's just not the reality of what actually goes on.
And one final question regarding this: how do you feel Fernando has handled the accusation? He posted a couple fun things. He had an interview on ESPN. What's your thought on how he's handled what's been thrown at him here?
As good as you possibly can. I think the best thing, I think the best response is the way you play the game. And, you know, to immediately come back and have another huge game. I think, you know, we're a group, and Tatís is a person, and we're a group that we're going to let our play do the talking.
Thank you very much, Jayce.
Hey, Jake Asco.
Jayce, I wanted to build on kind of both of Kevin's questions. First of all, the base stealing. You're picking, like, it seems like all the right spots to do it. Where does that come from, and who on staff is kind of making those, I guess, in charge of that game planning, and how well have your guys executed that?
Yeah, that's a little bit how we're built and who we are. We're an athletic group, and so that's a little bit of, you know, our identity. As far as the planning, I think Wayne Kirby and Skip have kind of two of the best I've ever seen at doing it. You know, I don't want to certainly get into our process, but I'll say this: they've done an outstanding job of identifying guys that we can run on, and maybe some key points of the body to look at, and certainly looking into counts that maybe we're getting a secondary pitch and things like that. But I'll say, you know, with Skip and Wayne kind of leading the helm there, it's been one of the better processes I've seen.
And then this wasn't something you had to deal with last year with Fernando at the top spot. Have you put any consideration into considering his ability to drive guys in and his ability to slug, and putting someone who's not the pitcher ninth in the lineup?
Yeah, we consider a lot of you know, options, you know, for sure. And I think you see that, you know, we've played around with the lineup, and right now I want to kind of ride this one out and see where we're at. I like Fernando at the top. I like Fernando in all spots. But I also like the fact we can be a really well-balanced offense. And I think you kind of look up now, and we're righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty. And we've got, you know, a couple switch hitters at the bottom. And I think that makes it incredibly hard, for a pitcher to settle in and get some of his maybe right-handed pitches working. I think it makes it tough on the other team, especially with the 3-batter minimum. But the most important thing is that if we're having the at-bats and we're locked in as a group, I feel very confident whether we're lefty, righty, and whoever's on the mound. I believe in our guys.
So you like the kind of construction of your 6, 7, 8 as is because of the versatility, the switch hitters and all that. That's basically the reason you wouldn't go with a guy at 9 right now.
Yeah, I think so right now. And look, things can always change, and we can play around, you know, with things. I think I think this next test, you know, coming off, you know, the long run we've had, certainly the pitchers we've seen, we'll kind of see what our offense does over the next week or two, and see if we can start getting some more runs across the board.
Thanks, Kevin.
Chris is paired with Victor tonight for the first time, just coming off the day off.
Yeah, it is. He's going to go with Victor tonight, and right now how we're kind of lined up, I'm going to go with Weathers and Campy tomorrow, and then we go into another day off. So I would say if it wasn't for the day off yesterday as well, I think Victor, I think both guys, they've done a good job. I like Victor's kind of rhythm and timing and flow right now, and you know, I really didn't want, you know, Victor setting, you know, 4 or 5 days.
Marty Caswell.
Hi, Jayce. If I could follow up quickly on Troy's question on Tatis. It's one thing for internet detectives to accuse him of cheating. Does it bother you that it came from Trevor Bauer, from a fellow MLB player?
Yeah, I think, like, you know, guys are allowed to have their opinions, you know, whatever. I think Trevor, you know, has certainly never been shy to express his, and you know, I think, like, you know, certainly like respect that. Do I know 100% he's not peeking at signs. He's not doing that. So you know, people have their opinions and they have their right to express those. I know deep down, That's not what he was doing. So look, people are gonna, accuse or whatever. That's fine. We're going to continue to play our game. We're going to play the game the right way. And, that's kind of that.
Do you think he actually believes that accusation, or do you think he's looking for content for his YouTube channel?
I don't know, because I don't follow, honestly, any of it. So I can't give you an answer. I do know, like the way both those guys, look, the overall deal, it's a rivalry. And I think they've done a good job of, they're doing a great job of building excitement in the game. And that to me is super important. And I know it's important for those guys as well. It's important for all of us that work in this business. So they've done a great job of creating a lot of energy. I think the main thing is the play, but their storyline hasn't hurt things as well.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Jayce?
Hey, Jayce, as the day you've alluded before to Campy being able to watch a game or watch a team and being able to game plan the day before he starts, how much does that help him?
I think it helps a ton. And we also have that opportunity today, for him and Ryan to be together with, Rod and they're going to be able to go over hitters and be able to talk. That's certainly a part of Campy's program and Ryan's program as well.
All right. Thank you, Jayce.
Thank you, guys.
4 o'clock within those. Thanks.
Thanks, Jayce.
Thanks, Jayce.